Hey, welcome back to yet another edition of Survive to Thrive. And we're going to talk about some taboo stuff today. There's some things that you should have discussed with your family, but you no doubt didn't. And it might be the sole source of your health. Like being able to anchor to this, change this if you will, is like changing your body. And it is a vital part of health. Let me explain. You've already read the title, and this is Have You Left Yourself Behind? You see, in my practice on a daily basis, we run into people that make decisions based on whether they deserve the care or not. It's not a matter of if they need the care. The threshold had been met for like showing people you have a serious problem. Here's what's causing your pain. You have an opportunity to change this. Comes down to where that person prioritizes themselves on their scale. And worse yet, moms, if you are listening to this, worse yet, moms actually put themselves in a place. They put themselves in a place where they do not deserve quite often. Why? What does that look like? Well, they literally want to put themselves in a place where once I take care of everybody else, then maybe I can do for myself. And so we see moms more than anybody suffering back pain. Well, I sure would love to be pain-free. But little Johnny's got football camp and football camp's going to take over. So we got to allocate those funds. So not right now. I'll take care of myself when I'm dead. I joke with them about that. You'll take care of yourself when you're dead. But the concept is you can't take care of everybody else unless you're taking care of yourself. And this goes a little bit deeper. I want to explore for you some deeper rooted concepts that you may have grown up with. If you grew up in a church, if you grew up with religion part of your life, this is likely a deeper rooted vein in your nervous system. I should say nerve, because veins aren't in, well, anyways. The concept is that there is a pathway that you've adopted and you've actually gotten into that might be fundamentally flawed. Say that again, because that was a mouthful for me. Fundamentally flawed. Meaning that you have ingrained into you almost this self-abuse. And here is the reason why. And do I have the right to be talking about this? Am I a pastor? No. I trained to be a pastor at one point. Trained to be a pastor at one point, okay? Like, started studying and started going through classes, things like that. That's a whole nother story, okay? But my purpose was to serve people and to be able to serve people at a greater capacity. So I looked at this, but the concept was that if you go back to religion at its peak, religion has designed and or manipulated in many instances this concept that the more you do, the more you get. That the more I give, the more blessings are bestowed upon me. The more time I put into other people, the more time I put into other things, the more time I put into, you name the scenario, is supposed to be equivalent to the blessings that you get. I say it like that. The blessings. It always reminds me. This is God's sense of humor for me, or my sense of humor with God. I don't know. We'll find out which one came first. But it's like Vegas vacation, or Christmas vacation, where, Chevy Chase is sitting around the table, and then the old grandma and grandpa are there, and is his great aunt or something like that. Anyway, she can't hear anything, and Chevy Chase gives the honors to her to say the blessing. And she says, what? And then he says, the blessings. I love that concept. And then I think she stands up and sings states the Pledge of Allegiance. Anyway, some humor with you, because this is funny stuff. Like, literally, if you can grasp this concept today, you walk away free and in peace and in joy about this. All right? But this is hard to do, and I've spent a lot of money understanding this. I put people in my life to be able to get to this point and to be able to understand this at this level. And here's the concept, is that you've been taught to put yourself down so that others may have. You've been taught that you must put yourself down, you must give away anything, and in order to do that, you will be, or if you do this, you will have blessings. Okay, now imagine the thousands, if not millions of people that walk away from this belief system, in this element of, if I'm not blessed, then I must still be in the wrong. If I'm not blessed, I still need to do more. I have to give away more. Literally at one point, I had somebody tell me that because we were in a situation that we were in, that I should give more. So heck, put it on a credit card. Does the church take a credit card? Because I'll finance this. Mother, to be able to get the blessings for my family. Literally, that's the works that I went into on these types of things. I'll get another credit card. How much is it? How much is it? I will pay the price right now so that my family may have the blessing. How messed up is this? And if you are living in this, it is affecting and literally like a virus in every aspect of your life. Like, you will not let yourself actually be good looking, sexy body because you think that you have to give it all away. You think that your time has to be allocated to your children. Mothers, that you will actually put yourself aside. I see it every single day in our practice. Here is your problem. It is connected to your pain. This is how much it's going to cost. This is how long it's going to take. What do you want to do? Well, little Johnny's got football camp. I didn't ask about Johnny. I don't really care about Johnny. I'm here with you discussing your options to get out of pain, get out of problem, and make a life difference for you. What do you want to do? I will do it when I'm dead. Most moms little Johnny comes first. Versus the understanding that actually, unless I take care of me, unless I bring myself along on this journey, nothing else matters. Meaning, unless I take care of myself first, nothing else matters. I can't physically take care of my kids unless physically I take care of myself. I can't spiritually guide my family unless I'm spiritually actually discovering on my own. Key difference, on my own. Without a pastor, without man influence, actually looking to and seeking spirituality on my own. It burns because I let man for so many years tell me how it was supposed to be, including taking literally the gross. How dare I actually tithe based on my net income? Look at that top number before taxes are taken out, and you should give based on your gross. Literally, these are the concepts that I lived with. Saw parents, and they'll listen to this, saw parents literally on their knees, wondering what more they could give to be able to get the blessing. Wondering, what have I done in this life to deserve the impact that I am currently going through, the financial struggles. But you see, even in finances, we have this mentality, this mindset that we do not deserve. When we actually get that money, it's like, I'm supposed to give it away because that's what the church has told me. This is what religion has told me. And when you come to the table with God, if you come to the table with God, you start to realize that God wants you at the table. Doesn't want you under the table. No, not even washing feet. He's blasphemous. I am blasphemous. Listen to this. Because if you cannot bring yourself along in the spirituality, you are the other part. And there was a moment for me that when I connect, and yes, I do connect, and I hear the voice. This voice said, what do you want? Oh my gosh. So this concept of what I want, I never actually saw myself at the table. Somebody is literally asking me what I want. And it immediately shifts me into the concept that I'm included in this, that I have a say in this, that actually what I do matters, what I think matters. And in the divinity, you actually start to see that there was a spark put inside of your heart to actually be. To not do more, but to be more. Just to be. And the more that you start to take care of yourself, the more that you realize that you are the most important person in this situation. Nobody else matters, meaning that if you cannot take care of yourself, worse yet, if you actually loathe yourself because you didn't do enough, you walk away from every scenario with guilt and shame, that person will die. Literally, physically will die. It'll take on so much that it cannot physically handle it. Spiritually dead, physically dying. Versus bringing yourself along. So the tip and the trick today is to recognize that if you grew up, which most of us did, in a religious aspect of like the only way that we could be blessed, the only way that we could have, the only way that we could actually be happy was to be able to actually do enough. Enough work, enough giving away, enough time to be able to get into the blessing. But also the realization today to move you towards thriving that it was never about the works. If you want to go towards the religious aspect of stuff, Christ killed works on the cross. Whoa, there's a concept. So if you truly believe in this, then you move into that you cannot work your way into blessing. You cannot work your way out of blessing, and you see everything for what it is. You see everything for what you bring to the table, and what you do can constantly be blessed or constantly not blessed, but it comes down to your efforts and your engagement in this. And letting go of the self-abuse, the self-flog, the self-loathing, the guilt and the shame, to move into this concept that you are at the table and you must bring you to the table. Now, what does this have to do with health? It has everything to do with health. Because mothers, if you're going to continue to put yourself last, you will feel the ramifications that physically, spiritually, financially, and otherwise. That's it. And then you will walk out of this life with guilt and shame that you haven't done enough. Or worse yet, you wake up to the realization that you actually literally flogged yourself to a point that you could not take care of these people anymore. These people that you love, that you put your life on hold for, literally deteriorates in front of you. And that's not the way it was meant to be. From a health standpoint, you have to actually take care of yourself. There is no way to actually do it any differently. And so today's tip and the trick is to recognize the past and that nervous system reaction, nervous system pattern that has probably been created in you that keeps you from actually being successful, that keeps you from actually moving in the direction that you're supposed to, that keeps you from showing up at the table to actually receive, that keeps you from literally being in the blessing, in the peace, in the joy. So where do you need to move today? What steps do you need to do today to take to move into the concept that you are first, that you are worth it, that you and only you can take care of you so that you may be able to take care of others, so that you may lead others in the direction that you're supposed to go in, that there are gifts at the table that you're supposed to pull up the seat and say, yeah, what do I get today? No works for it. There was no invitation based on the time and the effort that you put in. There was nothing more for you other than you just to show up at the table, moving you from just surviving again, surviving with guilt and shame and loathing, to moving into this world of thriving above in peace, love, happiness, and joy. That's all I got for you. Come into every day, every weekday. We are attempting to bring these tips and tricks just to move you. A lot of health in this aspect of stuff. A lot of spirituality in this aspect of stuff. You get to receive. You get to show up at the table or not. Your choice is yours. Let us know on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram what you're going to do. Talk to you next time.